Today we are gonna try Sektor. We just tried out Cyrax for a little bit and just, just for fun, because I thought it would be a good idea to learn how to fight against the character. But damn, she was so fun, I'm almost convinced to play her. I'm gonna do the same with Sektor. It's good to, when new DLC characters come out, try them out yourself so that you can have an idea of how they play. And then if you have an idea of how they feel, you'll have an idea of how the opponent feels when they're using them, and boom, you'll be able to beat them. But then the chance is that you may also want to become them, like when I was just playing with Cyrax, because she was so damn fun with all the grenades and ridiculous stuff, and I'm pretty sure Sektor is the same. Watching these two fight on the screen, like, I've seen some battles with the Sonic and Zombat, and Jesus, gosh, these characters look so dang fun. Like, what? She has so many cool particle effects, such good sound design, like, everything is so damn cool. So, yeah, let's learn the characters, I suppose. So, we're gonna start off with the strings. We got 1-1-2, and 2 and 2-1 can be held. So 1-1-2, just a regular ending string, not really any long hitting strings like Noob Cybot to easily confirm from, but yeah, 7 frame confirming into something. I guess that's cool. And yeah, it can link into her regular... It can link into her combo extender. So I guess that's all you need. I don't really know what her combos are. I'm just trying to make it up on the fly, but yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll get to the aerial strings soon. 1-1-2, and let's see what the frames are like. -5. Okay, yeah. -5 for the full string is not too bad. -1 on the stagger, though. That's pretty good. And -1 on the standing one with a lot of reel back. That's pretty good. Okay, so then 2. We know this is a bit of a weird button. It's quite slow, but it can become even slower because she can charge it. And does it tell us what the frame data is if we charge it? So normally it's -7. Oh yeah, and so it has like different stages. So if you half hold it, it becomes +9. If you fully hold it... Yeah, we need to get him to block for that. Okay, still just +9, so I guess you may as well just half hold it. The full version does knock the opponent down. And normally, what? Was there a follow-up to this? 2-1. Oh, so only when you have the energy thing. Okay, we'll get to that soon, I guess. But then she can also half charge it and then like cancel out of it so that she has it ready for later. And then you have an instant like +9 button. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so then we got our back 2-2 and our forward 2-1-2. Okay, so just like Cyrax, she's got a big overhead on the back 2. 24 frames is not bad. And it's completely safe on the first hit, and the second hit becomes unsafe. So I'm not entirely sure why you would do the second hit if you can just do the safe first hit. Yeah, it doesn't do much damage, but like you can cancel it into some cameo, I imagine, or into your launcher, or something that's better than an unsafe knockdown. Yeah, -18 is pretty bad. So, but yeah, a safe overhead that you can cancel into combos, that seems pretty useful, pretty damn useful. We had forward 2-1-2. Okay, now this is the big money making button. You see this used a lot. It's a giant elbow that reaches from pretty far away. So if you add like a micro dash onto this, that's like almost a half screen button. A little bit less than that, maybe a third screen. But yeah, 15 frames is not bad. That's almost the speed of Reigns mid, and it does not reach this far. So, or actually his new one does kind of, doesn't it? Oh crap. But then the full string... Let's see what the frame data is on these. -5, -7, so becoming unsafe. And then, yeah, the last one's definitely unsafe. But you're in the air, and you can definitely get aerial combos from that. I'm not exactly sure how, but stuff like that is definitely possible. For sure. Very cool. Then we got back 3-4 and forward 3. Go into a held 3. Oh yeah, so this is... wow, she does have a lot of standout buttons. So, okay, so the back 3 on its own is just a 14 frame mid. So maybe one of her like better mids to use up close, especially since it's a low. But then when you do the follow-up, it becomes this really quick double hitting low, which a lot of people were speculating that it may be really good against people trying to wake up. So we can test that against... Yeah. You have to make sure you don't just do this 3 though, because... Oh, but you can cancel it. You have to dial in the string, but you can still go into combos there. Wow, that seems really good. So it'll easily break the opponent's armor. It's a safe string. It's a low. Yeah, the full string is safe as well, thank goodness. Seems really, really good. So it's just like a completely safe string you can go for on wake up. It'll break the opponent's armor. It probably has so many hits that it'll also, like the last hit will hit a delayed wake upper. So it's just a way of easily going for pressure. That seems really good. Wow. Okay, love that. Okay, and then we had forward 3, which, okay, yeah. And then she can hold this to float in front of them for a while before she goes for a low. And, okay, so it's always a low, minus 12. She can hold it for a long time, or she can cancel out of it, or just like, I see. So she's like Cyrax, but she's got this idea of a low, but she can switch it out halfway through the animation to make it not the same thing. Like Cyrax has a back 2 that can actually go from an overhead into an unsafe low. But here we've got a low, which is unsafe. We can cancel. Or go into this, which is plus on block, right? So yeah, similar to Cyrax, where she has 50/50s, Sektor has either a really long reaching low that can be cancelled into aerial stuff, or go onto this plus on block double kick thing, which also reaches pretty damn far, especially if you take a little bit of flight. She can reach pretty far with that and be plus on block. Probably a good way of getting in. Then we've got 4-2 grab and forward 4-3. Ah. So this is definitely used in a lot of her high damaging combos. I've seen a lot of like this into flamethrower, into Motaro teleport. Because that does a lot of damage, then you teleport out of the way, then you do this again. So it's probably one of her most damaging strings. And then adding this on the end... Can you combo from this? No, she has too much recovery. But maybe if you teleport or something. She also can't cancel it. I wonder what it's like on block. Oh, 0 on the second hit. That's pretty good. Probably a gap, but that's impressive. That probably means it's a really good stagger. Like she can do this, and then have the final hit. Interesting. And then we've also got forward 4. Oh! Okay. Kind of weird. I was gonna say, is this her normal mid? But it's certainly not a normal mid. It's 11 frames, so it's definitely her fastest mid. But it's pretty weird in that it puts her into the air. She gets this aerial follow-up. What's her air shield? It says it's cancelable into that. Should we look? What's her air shield? Redeploy. I don't think it's that. What did she say it was cancel into? Air thruster boost. Oh, cancel into like the flight. So up and stance switch. Interesting. Ah. So she's trying to tell you that you can go into flight stuff from it. Okay, interesting. That's a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be, but very unique button. Can she cancel the first hit into other things? Okay, so she can go into aerial special moves from this. And she does have a lot of aerial special moves. So maybe this could potentially... Oh, she can't cancel it on block though? Okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So on hit, she can go into stuff like this. And, you know, kind of potentially keep it safe or go for combos. But yeah, definitely not something you're going to be going for on block, unfortunately. Because it's not cancelable, and the one thing it does go into is some weird thing that can only go into a flight. Interesting. Okay. Undecided on how I feel about that. Then her regular buttons. Sweep is a sweep, nothing crazy about it, but it's 0. Down 1 looks pretty good. She kind of leans forward quite far when she does it, but it seems like it has a kind of regular... Yeah, looks pretty standard. Down 3, pretty similar to Cyrax actually. Quite far-reaching, 9 frames, probably one of the better down 3s in the game. And down 4, also pretty similar to Cyrax. Has pretty similar to frame data to the down 3 once again. So it seems like down 3 is possibly the better choice in most situations. And, oh yeah, down 2. Regular down 2. 9 frame, not bad. And throw, we know the throw is cool. Yeah. Even just for the style points. I imagine it's probably pretty hard to combo off of this though, because she just puts the opponent straight on the ground. That, yeah, and it's over so quickly that even Movado can't pick this up. But I imagine there's probably a few edge case ways of doing it, like you could get Janet to probably pick them up halfway through this, launch there. Oh, there we go, and I can slightly get Movado to do it with risky timing. So it's possible. Cool, cool, cool. Oh yeah, aerial strings. We got 1, 3, 4, and 2, 1, 2, and 3, 2. Okay, so 1, 3, 4, interesting. Just a multi-hitting string that is also cancelable in the air. Cool, that could be really strong for her. 3 hits that doesn't bounce the opponent, so it doesn't probably add too much gravity to the combo. And 2, 1, 2, and 3, 2. So, okay, yeah, that's probably the most common one though. Being able to bounce the opponent and then... go for whatever afterwards. Seems like it's probably the standard one. Cool. And then what's 3-2 then? Ah, I thought that was a special move, but it's just a string from her jump kick. So kind of similar to Rain. She just has an extra attack she can do off of her jump kick. Which is good when you go for jump-ins like this. I imagine it's going to work similarly for her. Oh, that's a bit of a slow button though. Like if I go for a jump kick in against a randomly blocking opponent, you don't know if it's going to connect or not. You can kind of do this, but see, unfortunately her standing 2 is kind of bad. I don't know how useful that is going to be, but then if they do get hit, you get the actual string. But probably a good way of ending out combos. Okay, not bad. And having a regular bouncy string like this that bounces really close to you, especially when you have launches like this, is going to be useful. Okay, now the specials. So we got the straight rocket, enhanced straight rocket, the like curling through the air, spinning rocket, whatever this is. Like it twirls around and then comes back down, which is a very aggressive angle. And oh, I didn't actually know you could even change the angle of it. That's going to be scary. Then you've got the homing version. We've got the rocket from the air. Enhanced flamethrower, which is also her wake up. Anti-air flak. Oh yeah, those are the rockets from the back. The blast shield. Oh yeah, that's the one thing I don't know much about. And redeploy is the teleport. And the thruster boosts, which are interesting. It says it can go forwards, but I seem to only be able to do it upwards. Back up, up, or forwards and R2. Yeah, the only direction I can seem to do it in is upwards. Oh. Okay, I think it's a misnomer there. You just jump and press forwards or backwards. You don't do up forwards and up backwards. Okay, cool. Does that mean from this we can also do this? Oh yeah, you can go forwards there. Perhaps you can get some corner combos or something with that then. Cool. Okay, so, rocket. Pretty standard projectile, slightly slow, but it's big, and it knocks down the opponent, which is a big strength for a projectile, and I don't know, seems like a classic good projectile The enhanced version becomes a mid. I think it deletes projectiles as well, and it adds this like burning effect, which does a decent amount of chip damage and can add a lot of damage in the middle of your combos. You can see it adds like, yeah, a good 50% or something. That's pretty good. And yeah, then we've got this side, what do they call it? Sidewinder? Sidewinder rocket. So regular version goes upwards, twirls around, then comes down and hits the opponent in kind of this aggressive angle from full screen, which seems like it's a good thing to set up on the opponent's wake up, because instead of, you know, classic sektoe or cameo sektoe, when he does his rocket and it comes straight down onto the opponent, it can kind of easily be dodged just by forwards or backwards dashing. But this, it's really aggressively coming down at like a diagonal that you can't really avoid unless perhaps you jump backwards at the right time. But then if you can change the angle that it comes in at, yeah, like I can make it come in really horizontally, or oh, woof, crap. So you can really control it. If I hold backwards, it actually fully comes down right in front of me. If I hold down, it goes straight. Okay, so yeah, you really just choose where it lands. So it's either regular, goes full screen, you can hold down to go straight down, you can hold backwards to go towards you, you can hold forwards to go straight across, and you can hold upwards to, yeah, cover the air. Okay, and this is something I wanted to see. Does it actually hit the opponent when it's going up, if they're in the air or something? Like, can you anti-air people with the twirly bit? No, no. So it's completely inactive until it, like, does its little spin and goes for them. Yeah, so it has to do that full circle before it becomes active. Just good to check. But that seems very strong. And then, no matter which way it's angled, if you enhance it, it just becomes tracking and goes straight towards the opponent is. I wonder how good the tracking is. Like, if they teleport or jump last second, is it good at tracking towards that? It's kind of hard to test, but jump, bro. Yeah, seems pretty decent. Yeah, caught him even in the tip of his jump. So it seems like the tracking is at least decent. Maybe not a teleport good, but jumping good. Okay, so the Sidewinder, very, very interesting. And then the same thing, but from the air, basically, except it doesn't have to do its little twirl around. Now this is, like Sonic was kind of complaining about, it seems very Black Manta-like. So you can control the distance that the rocket travels. In the Kombat cast, they made it sound like you control it by like holding down the button or something, but you just press the direction that you want it to explode in. So regularly, you know, just travels a little bit, then explodes. But if I hold backwards, it explodes like right in front of me, which could probably be pretty good as an instant air like projectile, because it's a mid. And yeah, the Sonic was complaining that the frames on this are kind of ridiculous. So if someone's doing this a lot against you, there's not much you can do, especially if they're doing the... Yeah, this version is plus 13. Like, that's such a good zoning tool if you can do it close to the ground. Plus 14 is so strong. And then I imagine the far version, yeah, so it just travels completely to the ground no matter how high you are. And of course, it's going to be very advantageous. And that's all of them. The enhanced version, is it tracking? I don't actually remember. What is it? Cost bar of meter. Oh, so this is the one that detonates upon the release. And you can cancel it into other special moves. What, if I go like this? But that's kind of hard if I'm holding down the button. Yeah, could be kind of difficult if I'm trying to hold it down. Oh, it's the, it's releasing the enhanced button. Okay, so I don't have to hold down one. So I can hold down the enhanced button and then use my other finger, or move my thumb over to down back 4. So if I want to get some weird conversion like that, that's definitely possible. Very cool. So if I somehow know that they're going to get hit by it, or I could just do 2 of them. It's kind of weird that they don't really connect properly, but... Cool. Okay, then the flamethrower and enhanced flamethrower. What's the difference between these? Oh, yeah, it's just different when it has armor. So yeah, they knock down always, but if you have, you know, someone like a Kung Lao or a Motaro, you can teleport away and it does become a restand. And it adds a lot of damage to a combo because it has this like burning effect that does a lot of damage to the opponent if they keep that on them. But as a wake-up attack, pretty good, I suppose. It reaches really far, and it's like not too slow, and has a lot of active frames, so even if they try to do something like jump over your armor or like get out of the way, it's going to be pretty hard to avoid this giant flamethrower. Okay, maybe the flame doesn't travel the whole way. Okay, it's a little bit dramatic as to how big it is, but pretty decent wake up, seems like. And adds a lot of damage to your combos if you use a Tele cameo. Then we've got the back rockets, which seem like they're just really good combo tools. As you can see, you can use them twice in a combo. Either the enhanced version works really well at putting the opponent into the air, and the aerial ones are really good once the opponent's already in the air. So both really good at combos in their own way. I wonder if 10 frames is pretty fast. I wonder if it actually could work as an anti-air. Because Cyrax does actually have a special move that works well as an anti-air, which surprisingly is kind of rare in Mortal Kombat games. Actually, yeah, 10 frames? And she ducks down. That could actually be a really amazing anti-air. She bends down really low, has this rocket come out in 10 frames, and it juggles for a combo? That seems really actually good. Rather than just like this 9 frame down 2, which is, you know, fine. But this is just 10 frames. She bends down, and you get a full combo from it. And then go for some setup with this or something, perhaps. Interesting. And yeah, she can jump cancel the regular version to put them into the air. And it's good enough that it can work from like her standing one and stuff. Which is just something good to know, because there are characters in this game that cannot use their launchers off of their standing one or whatnot. So, the shield. It deletes projectiles, so she doesn't take any damage, she doesn't get pushed back from them, of course. And when she deflects them, it can be cancelled into a unguided rocket or side. Okay, so either the straight rocket or the curly sidewinder rocket. And it enhances the charge blast and enables force sensor. So we know what the charge blast is, but what is the force sensor? Maybe we'll get to it. And she can hold it down. Yeah, okay. What's the difference between the enhanced version? Oh, so this can be cancelled into all special moves, whereas the other one can. So I guess you can parry a projectile and go into a fatal blow or something if you want. Then we've got the teleport. Okay. I think we'll talk about the shield last, because I'll get a projectile carry. Oh, we've got Reiko, that's fine actually. So the teleport, yeah, it kind of is just the same as Sektor's regular teleport, but now it comes from the sky. It's just a mid, but yeah, I guess it's kind of just like a slightly slower but better version of Noob's teleport, because it actually hits mid, and it does start up for a combo meterlessly. So she, just like Noob, she can do it from the air as well. So yeah, being able to do this and be like, oh, projectile? No. Is probably going to be very strong for her. If you set up that rocket at the end correctly. Or go for a flamethrower or something. I don't know. The enhanced version... Ah, it has this like uppercut into it. What if she does that from there? Oh, it also has the uppercut into it. So if I do this... Yeah, I can just go into the launcher, but then I don't get the good, like, bounce. But then if I do this, then I get a really big bounce. Okay. And from the ground, I suppose that's just a better way of... Oh, wow, that connects normally as well? Also, she just straight up has meterless launchers like that without even really needing to. Damn. So I'm not really sure what that's good for. Maybe after longer juggles and you're re-juggling the opponent. Yeah, it lets you go for like multiple re-juggles. Dang, that could be intense. Because she already has like easy peasy combo ability. Even from like standing one, she can go into this meterless launcher. She has another like aerial relauncher. She has a great launcher by default. And now even after long combos, she can go for this multiple times. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see the potential with these cyborgs. And the same is, yeah, in the air. Then for the thruster boosts, yeah. Can this go into a thruster boost? Yeah, it can. So this has actually a little bit more like mix-up potential than sectors, because this can actually like jump over, hit low, hit plus on block high. Like the opponent really has to be worried about how this is gonna go. I just realized, did we forget a button? Yeah, we haven't looked at stand 3. We forgot about it in the strings, whoopsie. This seems interesting. Blast you very far away. And you can't cancel it. Oh yeah, you can. So maybe it's just a good way of setting up rockets, because even on block it pushes you far away. But that's still kind of risky. Okay, anyways. Then let's talk about the shield quickly. So let's get this guy to throw some stars. It comes out pretty fast. How fast does it say it is? It's not... It's pretty quick. I can do it really like... They're right in my face. Yeah, it's not like 5 framer, but it's pretty damn fast. And so once I get these charges up, what does that mean? So I get the automatic charges for the stand 2. Wait, if I just get one of them, do I just get half a charge? No, I think you just get the full charge automatically. Or is there multiple charge? Yeah, so you just get the charge automatically. And then once we have the charge, I still don't really understand what is so good about the charge. So it said it gives you... charges the bionic blast or enables force sensor. The bionic blast is this, gets charged. And the force sensor is... You have to 2-1. Only when you... Yeah, when you have the charge, but nothing really happens when I did that. Two, 1. Is it a string or like what is this? Do I still have to hold it? Oh. Okay. So while you're holding down 2, you press 1. And it does that? What is that? What's so good about that I'm having to get all these charges for? Oh, I guess I can do that. Okay, wait, so let's get this charge. We don't have to get it from the projectile. Let's get him to block. So now if I... Oh, not that. The regular version, yeah, 17 frame mid is +9. I suppose that's pretty good. Then I can also do a 14 frame mid that's -7. It pushes you very far away and can be cancelled. So I suppose potentially that's good for... Like, can you hit confirm this into your things, or do you just do that? But then if she goes into something like that rocket, normally she has this big reel back that pushes you full screen. I thought that's what would be good for going into a rocket. But then when I cancel into the rocket, she doesn't go as far. Okay, yeah, maybe can you hit confirm the single button into... Yeah, I don't know about that. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that is going to be useful for. Because it's also not like a fast button that you can be using in combos. Like once you're already in a combo. Even if you do like this. Like you can't really get that out very well. Like, is it? Can it be useful in this kind of situation? I don't really get what the point of it is, but I'm sure there's some reason that people will figure out eventually. Right, so that becomes all of her special moves. I guess we can check out the Fatal Blow, because we know it has a cool activation. So anywhere on the screen. Damn. That's pretty cool. Similar to Noob, catch anyone throwing any kind of projectile or anything. We've seen in some of the Sektor Cyrax mirror matches that when Cyrax is trying to throw out random bombs in neutral, Sektor can definitely punish that type of thing. But I would doubt that she could punish like a random projectile like Reiko's. Perhaps, maybe he has a decent amount of recovery for that. So I'm just like full screen, I see, oh, he threw it. Trying to simulate. Yeah, no, that's definitely blockable. I have to react very fast. Trying to simulate a real reaction, because I kind of know when he's going to do it. If I do it instantly, yeah, that's a punish, but that's not really a reaction at that point. So yeah, certain things she'll be able to punish with this. It is unfortunately kind of slow. I wonder if it's going to be kind of hard for her to combo into it. Oh, no, that combos. Maybe it's faster in combos, because that definitely looked faster. Yeah, she can do it from a good mid. Does it combo from this? That kind of puts the opponent in the air. Oh yeah, even that works. So I suppose she has no trouble comboing into it. Seems like it's faster when you're in a combo, whereas in neutral it has like the boom 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 and then hits the opponent. But yeah, pretty good Fatal Blow it seems. She's probably not going to need a Movado or anything to combo into it consistently. Even if we do it like basic combo like this. Will this catch them or do I need to hit a button? No. Wait, is that string? Okay, that's probably a dumb way of going into it. What's a good button? Oh, 4-2 or just stand 4? Oh yeah, that's definitely not gonna work. Just stand 4? Yeah, okay. So not a huge trouble comboing into it. But I suppose that is Sektor. Definitely not as like foundationally complex as Cyrax. Like to even get combos with Cyrax, you need to learn some like pretty theoretically complex combos. Like they have a lot of bombs and you have to know the timing of when to throw each bomb can be a little bit confusing. With Sektor, that's not really going to be the problem. You can kind of probably just do some buttons, go for some relaunches, do whatever you want, and go for some setups afterwards. Probably to get optimal combos that do a lot of damage with her, you may need to optimize a little bit more, whereas perhaps that's easier with Cyrax. Because you can see here, if I try to go for a meterless combo with Sektor, if I don't really know what I'm doing, it seems like I'm getting a little bit like under 20%, but I'm sure there's definitely optimizations to be made there. But the fact that she can easily go into a lot of different launchers, and also set up for some cool things like this, probably means that she's easy to use, maybe slightly less reward, but then she's also good at a lot of things. Like she has definitely a lot of full screen presence with all of the rockets, and being able to do this really close to the ground is going to be super strong because this knocks down the opponent. It's like plus 19 or something. Ridiculously strong screen presence, especially since she has like the Noob Saibot teleport basically, where she can just fall from the sky, punish any projectile. Actually, this is probably a good time to use this. So if I think I'm like, you know, just jumping around, throwing out these maybe, and if I think he's going to throw a projectile, I can be like, oh, boom, and as long as I'm not too slow, punish. Pretty cool. And then she's got some pretty good buttons as well, like this low that instantly breaks armor on the opponent's wake up and can also lead into combos or set up for things. It seems like she has a lot of good options. Decent buttons, some nice long-reaching buttons, some really strong screen presence, some good movement, some non-standard movement with these little flights, and some tricky bits a little bit similar to Cyrax, where she can go for this, go for that. Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. That's Sektor. I hope you pick her up, or I hope people pick her up, because I want to see these cyborgs get used a lot, because they are so much more fun to watch than I've ever found MK1 fun to watch. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.